What an idiot.
Oh,
Bollocks. Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Gibbo's Garage, where, as you saw last time, unfortunately we couldn't get the Mini started, but with failure comes promise, and I will try to get this thing started in this episode one way or another.
you sure about that? You sure about that? You sure about that?
I've got a long list of parts on order. Some are going to take a bit of time, and there's none here right now, which is very, very frustrating. But I thought, you know what? There's nothing worse than working on a car that's absolutely filthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give the car one good clean, just so it's nicer to work on, so that when we do get the parts and we get the new door, get the new fuse board and a couple other bits and bobs, it's going to just be that much nicer to work on. So let's get started. Today we are going to be cleaning the Mini. Now, it's not going to be a super professional wash for one obvious reason. This little git right here. So yeah, we're just going to give it a nice good old clean. So I've got my tools, I've got my pressure washer, I've got some snow foam, I've got some wheel cleaner. Now, I'm not going to go to the full extent of ceramic coating and clay barring and polishing just yet. That's obviously going to be when we do sell it. But for now, let's try and get rid of some of this crud, shall we? Now, I am going to clean these horrible wheels. Reason being is that I just don't like the look of them. And while we're cleaning the car, we might as well do a half decent job. Now, the wheels are going to be going, but also the tyres are going to be going too. Main reason is that on every tyre, there is a 4-digit code, where the first 2 numbers is the week the tyre was made, and the second 2 numbers is the year the tyre was made. Now, this one, I will show you once I find it, says 0314. So these tyres are over 11 years old and they are cracking. So if we're going to change the wheels, we might as well change the tyres too, but I'm going to clean them regardless. So first thing to do is just give them a good pre-soak. So I use my Auto Glym Magma, and I'm just going to work it in with a brush. And what that's going to do is that's just going to get rid of all those nasty iron deposits that you get from your brake pads. And it should turn a lovely, disgusting purple colour, which I'm pretty sure is a placebo. I think they just put the colour in there to make it think like it's cleaning. But we will see. So just going to give all 4 of these wheels a good brush down. Getting all the nooks, all the crannies. And then we're going to give them a good foam. It's not even on.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
So just a quick clean done, but that's just so much better. So much better. And yes, I'm not going to chamois leather it. Why? Because I can't be bothered. And it's going to rain tomorrow. So what a pointless activity that was. So we at least have one of our parts turned up, which is a door I got from a scrapyard not too far away. It was £65 plus another 60 quid delivered, so not breaking the bank, but it's certainly cheaper than a new one. Couple of dings, couple of scratches, which I'm sure you'll see a bit later, but it's the best option we've got, and it looks a hell of a lot better than the one we've got up there. Now, having never taken a door off before, or put a new one on, I've taken a few door cards off before, so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to use this used door, because we're not going to be keeping this trim because it's scratched. You can tell it's been in a scrapyard for a while. So I'm going to practice on this one, taking all the clips off, all the screws off I need to, working out how it comes apart. So then when we go and touch the one that we do want to keep inside, less likely to make mistakes or make any horrible scratches. So let's go. So as I'm not keeping any of this, I can be a bit rough. So it doesn't really matter if I'm scratching bits, as long as I get it off the door in one piece. Just like that. Now I think there's 2 screws in here which are just Torx bits. Just like that. Other than those 2, oh, come out. I can't see any other screws. So do I just yank it off? Do I just give it some leverage? Do I just stick things in places they shouldn't go and hope that I manage to get the door off? That doesn't come off. I'm going to have to chat GPT again. Yeah. Who needs the internet sometimes? Brute force will reign supreme. So, little mini pry bar, and just went around the edge and just give it a pop off. I thought it might have those little plastic clips that just pull. But then I also thought there might be a hidden screw here, a hidden screw there. And I didn't want to do too much damage. But the worry is when I'm start pulling these doors off and lots of broken plastic pops out. But anyway, ready to come off? We have a couple of connectors still in place. One, namely the speaker, which I might need to get a screwdriver on to get that out because that's a tiny little clip. And the rest of the wiring all goes through to various bits, so let's unclip it. Special place in hell for the person that invented these clips, because they're just such a pain. Like, why would you invent a clip that goes in but doesn't come out? So you have to wrench and wrench with a flathead to try and get it out, to the point where you basically ruin the clip anyway. And it is these little, I mean, you can see the state of my thumb. What a horrible, horrible design. I'm very tempted to just cut them out and then glue them back in. This door's never coming off again, but that is, yeah, I hate you.
They deserve to die, and I hope they burn in hell.
So that's one door card off, and rather than showing you the exact same thing twice, I'm going to be taking the door card, which is a nice one, off my current model, and then put them back on. See you in a sec. So one thing I noticed when I was taking off the previous one, so this is off of the new door. This is off of my car door. Now on the new door, there's a lot of extra connectors. This and this, yes, yes, yes. Mine, no, no, no. What are they doing? There's connectors there. I mean, I know that there's a floor light there, and this one doesn't have one, but there's a lot of extra connectors. Have I bought the right one? Oh, this is where I stress out now, because I think I bought the wrong one, which means it's not going to fit, or I'm going to turn the key on and all the airbags are going to go. Oh, I can't reuse this one because it's got chrome trim on it, and none of the cars got chrome trim on the inside, so it's going to look well out of place. This one, I'm just gonna have to keep it and not plug the things in that can't plug in. This is the fun when you buy parts online. You just don't know what you're gonna get. door all back together. Now we just need to learn how to take the first one off without injuring myself. Put this one on. Job done. Now, when looking at reinstating the new door, reinstalling, God, my brain today. So, I mean, I'm going to assume that's some kind of lubrication. Enough said. So, the easy way of doing it is to undo this pin, slide it out, take the whole mechanism off, slide the new door on, pop the pin back in. But the new door I've got doesn't have any of this backing plate, doesn't have any of the nuts or, well, it's got the bulbs. So what I'm going to have to do is disconnect this whole unit, same from the top, and also dug inside here as well. Then I'm going to have to take off this, which is basically stops you from slamming the door all the way open. This is just almost like a retaining strap. Take that off. Then I'm going to have to unplug the ECU wiring, which goes to the door locks, the speakers, and the windows. So that looks like I can get about 2 fingers in.
That's what she said.
And then switch the door open. But I am struggling for light at the minute. I mean, it probably looks nice and sunny. It's a gorgeous night, but I need to get on this and get this done fast. Otherwise I'm going to have a Mini with no door. Oh, you bastard. Once we've got these 2 bolts tightened up and aligned properly with a bit of jiggery pokery, got this bolt back in and also done the bottom 2 as well. With any luck, nice new door. Well, not new, but better than the old one anyway. Actually, I didn't check. Oh, thank Christ for that. That would have been interesting. So now, before I can actually do the windows, we need to make sure that we put that fuse box back in. So, one of the codes we were getting was around the glow plugs. All 4 were showing up as an error, which, I mean, for all 4 to fail at the same time is unlucky. So, what a lot of the forums are suggesting is actually the module, which is bad. So, lucky for me, it's pretty cheap. So, this is the module in question. Couple of connectors to go in. That's it, easy peasy. And I was thinking, this is going to be right pain in the backside because it's going to be right underneath the engine or it's going to be right out the way. But actually, as luck would have it, it's there. The easiest thing to get to. So it's just a Torx bit and they're going to pop it out and we're going to replace it, plug it back in. That together with the fuse board, fingers crossed. Now, these modules are notorious for breaking and failing, so even if this doesn't seem to be the root of the problem, it's still worth fixing. I think it cost me 19 quid, so for a part that's right at the top of the engine bay, 5 minutes to fit, could be a problem. If it's not a problem now, it's going to be a problem further on down the line, so it was absolutely worth fixing just for a bit of peace of mind. We have some news, guys. Replace the fuse board, replace the glow plug module, faffed about with the fuel pump, checked all the settings, everything seems to be okay. And now, I can't get the sodding key in.
Dear Lord, that's the loudest profanity I've ever heard.
Now that wasn't what we was hoping for, was it? We just need to take a minute to reflect. What's happened, what could be happening, and why it won't start. I've done all the cheap things. I've done all the easy things. Now we are unfortunately getting into the realms of past not only my skill level, but also past the tools that I've got. And looking at the forums and looking through my code scanner, it seems to be the ECU isn't communicating with either the immobilizer or the fuel pump. Either way, I don't have those tools or software. So look, this is not the end. This Mini's going to start. We're going to get it started. So look, thank you very much for this video. Bit shorter than the last one, but we've got some big plans and we've got some potential good news on the horizon. So please like and subscribe. I hope you're enjoying the series. I hope for my sanity there's not many more parts, but I hope you're enjoying